Most people think I have a background in ASR. I have no background in ASR or speech. I trained some models. It was like one of the best ASR models in Japan. I started to work on ASR only since 2023. It was my first internship. So it's a research lab in Japan. It's completely different from my research. I learned from the beginning. So I learned how to train those things, how to play with those GPUs, how to make progress step by step. We trained them actually the best model by the time without any background. Now that the model is completely free for download, it's still one of the best.
Okay, I'm very glad that today I can interview Chi, and this is a very good opportunity for me to know more about your project, your background, what's your life or logic or your journey.
Yep.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say when we met first time, I remember we also met at a hackathon.
Yeah, actually right here, the same event.
Oh, really?
By Sai-san and Sasha at their coding school.
Yes.
The same place.
Same place.
Yes,
oh, that's a coincidence.
About 8 months ago.
Yeah, you remember Click?
Yeah. I think February 1st.
February 1st, this year.
Yeah, this year.
Wow, that's a long time.
And we've been speaking English until the next the whole time we've been speaking English.
Yeah, then today we also speak English because we use English as a medium to do the communication.
Yeah.
So let's say, so that event is also my first hackathon event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember that after that, I participated in lots of other hackathons. And that's why I currently learn a lot from the hackathon organizers and many hackathon participants.
Yes.
So that's why I think I grew my LinkedIn profile more than 300 connections after that time.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Actually, that's a lot.
Yeah. So hackathon, I learned a lot from many participants, and also I learned a lot as well.
Yeah.
So that's also a good meetup. After that, we met several times.
Several times, quite a lot. So basically, you were joking. Basically, you see me every event. So basically,
the interesting thing is we didn't talk to each other about events, and eventually we see each other here, there, everywhere.
Sure. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, for sure.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So so I'm very interested in your background. Tell me more about your background, your interested things, and why you go to those events.
Okay, sure. So I think probably I mentioned I got my PhD in the States, so in cognitive science. So cognitive science is actually a interdisciplinary subject, including computer science, AI, philosophy, psychology, neuroscience, linguistics, a whole lot of stuff. And so my personal interest somewhere around linguistics, AI, psychology, philosophy, kind of some combination. My research group, we have quite a long history, 4 decades, 40, 50 years about. My mind advisor is now 80 years old. And so we have people, members from different backgrounds, mathematics, philosophy, and musicians, different backgrounds. So we are mostly interested in the fundamental research of AI, or more I would say how humans think, not about the computer science or AI things. We are mostly interested in humans. So that's how I started my research. And I think I spent my research or my PhD in the States for probably past 10 years. So usually people in my life, it takes about 10 years to graduate.
Wow.
Yeah, because there are so many subjects, so many different things. And my advisor, he has a very high standard. And we were always joking, it's always impossible to convince him anything basically. So it's very interesting, but also very challenging to find a topic by ourselves and then just to make progress. And because, for example, my PhD thesis is actually about typeface, about fonts.
Typeface.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
totally different from what you're doing now.
Yes, but actually it's quite relevant recently. But my point is it's about typeface fonts, but more from philosophical perspective, like how we perceive different styles. Because like as Chinese, we know there are so many different styles, like calligraphy, right? And like sometimes, for example, 草书. I don't know how to write 草书, and it's actually very hard for us to recognize some character. But for some people, they have the expertise. They can easily recognize those characters. But we're the same like human beings. Why? Right? They have some expertise. They can easily recognize and then perform that style. So my research is like we recognize or we like try to explore different styles and feed into the AI or I feed into the the program to let the program to design different styles, but at the same time to recognize the essence of one or two character.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the research.
So your typeface is just to English characters or just also Chinese and Japanese characters?
Yeah, I think like my focus like was like just like a Chinese character. So I think like about 20 years ago, so there was like similar project in my lab. So like Gary Mackerel, he was doing like and John Railing, two different theses. So they were focusing on English alphabets. It's like 26 lower like letters and 26 like uppercase letters. So like but it's easier because it's somehow easier because like there's like a very thick like numbers like around 50 or like yeah. But for Chinese, at least we have to support 5,000, 7,000 characters, right?
Yeah,
that's much bigger because like if you think from a computer vision's perspective, so you have to train a classifier to classify 5,000 different categories.
Yeah.
And that's much harder. And yeah, so that's the core. Is like we first of all need to classify different characters, and then we have to design. We have to, let's say, we give you a few characters, like 5 characters in a style, and we like the program or you as a person to design the whole typeface based on the 5 styles.
So is that finally you can let computer to design a new typeface or like a font set? What is the end product for the research?
Yeah, I think like for my PhD thesis, like we like complete I would say like just phase or stage 1. So I would say by giving let's say 10 or 20 characters. So traditionally, like if there's like a team to design a completely new typeface, usually it takes about a year. And now maybe now with our system about a week or something. But it's still because there's so many characters and also because the quality is different because like those characters are made for like printing for different things. So it's like how I say like if you zoom in, like they should have the same quality like the vector, right? So like you know the picture. So if you take a photo and you zoom in, you don't want to lose any details.
Oh yeah, the vectors.
Yeah. So that's like how it's quite tricky. So but basically we can just like somehow make it much faster from like a year to a week or a few weeks.
I think before, for me, it's like design the typeface.
Yeah,
is all the designers' work.
Yeah,
but actually, I think with engineering and computer science, which this can also be fast-paced.
Yes,
and it will give the better result as well.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and actually, so like so that's how we. I mean, like in our lab, we tackle different like domains or things differently. So some projects about like numbers, sometimes about style, sometimes about like musics, like AI or even before the concept of AI, like some computer program to compose or to do something different. So that's our lab.
Yeah, there's something also interesting is like I remember Steve Jobs also studied the typeface before, right?
Yes.
That's why Macintoshes are better with the fonts and with the presentation for anything.
Yes.
And I think that's why I think Adobe is using Macintosh at first, right? Because it's better rendering about other details about typeface and everything. If I remember correctly, I think maybe not.
I don't know the history, but like I would say so very recently, because like a typeface or font is actually seemingly unrelated to my current project.
Yeah.
Actually, last week, so we were doing some like a quick demo. So we were developing something called like a reader mode for Chrome. So you know reader mode in like in Safari, like in Apple's.
What is reader mode?
Reader mode is basically
reader
mode.
Reader.
So like in the Safari in the browser. So if you click reader mode, you have some like somehow like a clean version.
Yeah, just get rid of the advertisements and other other things. Just make it easy for reading.
Sure. So basically, we were doing this like a Chrome extension, similar to reader mode. But we made one step further. So basically, for example, if you are reading a Wikipedia page, so if in the traditional reader mode, you still see a bunch of like links, hyperlinks, different I would say like a ugly typeface, and like a wrong spacing, like a uncomfortable quite a comfortable experience. So in our version, so we removed all the links. So no hyperlinks.
No hyperlinks.
No hyperlinks. Because like my perception is like every like hyperlinks is actually a point to stop you to make a decision whether you want to click or not.
Yeah.
So it's like a very distractive.
Yeah.
And so, but we remove all the hyperlinks. Then we add AI feature. Basically means the AI is actually reading the same content. So you can read without any distraction, but you also have the freedom to ask any questions. So because now every concept, every word becomes a hyperlink. You can always ask questions. So yeah, so that's like we also tweaked at the fonts, typeface, spacing, the color. So actually related to my thesis.
Oh, that's your new product?
I like it just like a very tiny demo product. Yeah, demo. The one entry point, because we are building a very large system for elder group about 40 to 60. So the first thing is like we want to improve the reading experience to build trust.
Interesting, because I like it when I'm talking every time. Just brought up with different new ideas and new products.
The same way.
Yeah. And because last time, the first time I think when we are talking to each other, when we talk to each other, is we talking about your research about Japanese pronunciations and the ASR.
ASR, ASR.
So what is ASR in full?
Okay. So ASR is like an automatic speech recognition, right? So that's very interesting because especially right now I'm in Japan, when I talk to people, and most people think I have a background in ASR. I have a background in speech.
Today everyone knows that during the interview we know she is more just like researched in the typeface.
Yes. Because like I literally have I would say I have no background in ASR or speech, because like I trained some models. It was like one of the best ASR model in Japan, open source. So I think I started to work on ASR only I think since 2023. I mean, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
It was my first internship, in Japan.
In Japan.
Yeah, I got an internship in Japan, in the company around Akihabara.
I see. That's your internship project. Actually, it's not your research project.
Yes, it's completely different from my research. So it's nothing just like a brand new project I learned from the beginning, from the nothing. So I learned how to train those how to we have a very decent corpus, those data, training data. So that's from my previous lab in Japan. So it's a research a lab in Japan. And my job is actually to train a different model, using a different paradigm, using a different open source framework. So I learned how to train those things, how to I say play with those GPUs, and how to set the metrics, how to make progress. So step by step. I think it took me about 6 months, and from 2023, in the summer, and around 2024, January, February, and then we trained them actually the best model by the time, and without any background.
So the lab you are working in, or internship in the lab, is actually, they don't have any background your experience with building this similar.
Yes, I think we don't have any backgrounds. So it's more we are just very interested in problem solving, and we don't we are very patient, and just we analyze different problems, tasks, step by step, and to make progress. And just, I think it was very solid, just like
the end result is like you like a big contribution to the open source.
Yes, yes.
And everyone maybe they are using.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think
project.
yeah. Now the model is completely free and like free to download, and I'm not sure. Probably is still one of the best. And I think my colleagues like in the same companies, they're still training the latest version with more data. And I heard many people like they're using that model, especially in Japan, because there are actually now like many decent Japanese open source model, ASR model. So
that's a great contribution to the source.
Yeah, I hope so.
So then you've moved on to, I think the next one is not currently what you are currently building.
Yes.
I think you pivot a little bit several times.
Yes.
And also I want to mention about your earlier startup days with how do you find your the first product.
Oh, yeah.
And then talk about how you find your team member. Yeah, maybe start with that.
Oh, yeah. I think like that's very interesting because I think when I joined my the lab in Japan, so the lab, like the theme of the lab is to build the interface between human and AI. That's my interest. So like beyond everything about, I mean, I would say typeface, speech. So fundamentally, it's actually I'm more interested in a new, different interface, like how humans and AI will work together, interact with each other in the next 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
So because it can be quite different, right? Because I don't know, because like personally, it changed how I do my research. Because before we search, or maybe like we get some books from the library, and then we search on Google.
Yeah.
We like if like coders, like we check the Stack Overflow or different sources. And now basically, I think personally now I'm basically talking a lot with my Claude.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to feed a whole lot of context and explain myself, my decision-making strategy, my framework, and I feed like the theme of my project and my progress, my teammates, like everything within the same like Claude project, and I keep updating those contacts.
So Claude is your working companion.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Sometimes I always say like I talk or just like communicate with Claude like 6, 8 hours a day.
8 hours a day, and talking to Claude.
Yes, yeah. Just let's keep talking until I hit the limit. So that's
with the limit. There was a limit.
Yeah, of course, because like that's before. Like now I'm with like Cloud Max, right? So before Cloud Max, there's some like some daily limit. I would say like probably every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours you cannot talk. You cannot no longer talking to.
Yes, exactly. If you hit the limit, you cannot use. Probably you have to wait for 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah. I see. So now you use Max.
Yes.
And then it's longer?
Yeah, much longer. So basically much longer. Yeah.
So whole day you can talk into.
Yes. Well, yes.
You mean talking is that you're talking directly like a voice talking, or you tap?
I tap, basically I tap.
Typing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I did some like ASR or speech AI, right? So like last time I think I mentioned, so speech AI is still not there, because like if you see even the best model, the accuracy is about 95%.
95. So the lost of your idea, like 5% is lost.
Yeah. So last time I mentioned, like every 20 words, there's one mistake. And basically everything I tab, like there's some misunderstanding. Right? So that's why like we're still trying to find a new interface, because we think either chatbot or like using speech is not that natural. So because I think I still have to feed a lot of context into my Claude, and sometimes I have to repeat myself very often. And because now, let's say we have like very like insightful like if I want to share this experience to my Claude, I have to type a lot, right? But I'm not sure. I'm somehow envisioning maybe in the future, so I have some 24/7 assistant, and with something like I can like share all the time. Yeah.
Like back to the topic, like your product, your first product.
Yes.
So what is it? What's your first startup product? I think let's get back to that point.
Yes. Yeah.
And then since you have this idea and want to build, then you are just trying to find your team.
Yeah.
How you find each member and who are their background.
Okay.
And
That's true. Yeah. So like, actually very funny because like now thinking back, so I think I started with those like the same idea or concept, but now that like clear, it's just like a very vague idea. But then like back to like when we started the company like 2024 in the summer, we started to build like an AI assistant like with speech because obviously we just trained and released a model. We thought we have like big advantage, like and also we were building AI assistant actually like across different platform. So it's now like it's a standalone application. So basically, it's not like some plugin or extension. You can those that like a standalone application can listen to everything on your computer. So let's say you're having a meeting over Zoom, or you're watching a YouTube video, or simply just talk to the assistant. So somehow you have less limit. So and we think is might be very useful for users because we realize still every day we have to switch a lot of contacts across different tools. Let's say like you have a meeting with your co-founder, you maybe on Google Meet, and then you change back to your like IDE with cursor or different things, and you're listening or learning from different like from YouTube, and you have to repeatedly like to feed every like contact. So we made it like a standalone like a global AI assistant, just like sitting there listening to your workflow. That's how we started. And that the thing is like now I'm thinking back, because we are actually the first time founder, so we have technology, right? So we were still like kind of like exploring like a very clear like a market, right? We started to position that as a meeting assistant or a meeting tool. That's actually somewhere before Granola became such popular. So Granola is actually very popular right now. So everybody,
Where's granola? I didn't know that.
Okay, Granola is actually a standalone application. So it like I'm not sure like which tool you're using. So let's say if you're on Zoom, you will use like Zoom's like assistant, also AI assistant.
Yep. Zoom's are built-in.
Yeah. And if you're on Google Meet, Google has their like AI transcript.
But there are a bunch of other tools which will jump into your calls and recording.
Yes, yeah.
That's they call AI assistant.
Yes.
But it's very annoying.
It's very annoying. That's something like when we talk to users, like they hate it because let's say they are using like Fireflies. They're using some like Freddy or Fred and there are so many things. So basically, everyone would bring their own like AI like transcriber, and if you're in a big meeting, there are so many like assistants, and that's something that's why we started with like a standalone like application, because it only like shows to you, and that's on your side. And but like Granola is something similar. Granola is like a startup like from I think from UK, and like it's wildly like popular right now. Everybody's are using Granola.
Really?
Yeah. And but before like when we started the project, I think they just raised their Series A.
Okay.
And now they raised their Series B. But back to 2024, and it was still very limited. There was no support to Japanese or other languages. There was no AI feature. And so we were building I would say like, I mean, a AI like a native or version, or with like supporting multiple languages, like including Japanese, Chinese, Italian, like different languages. That's how we started. But still, like if you think right now, so maybe it'll be too much about the business, but so you think about the whole business. So like we are actually building an application, but still like there are so many things we have to do, like the market and how to reach out to our customers and how to build it. Like there are so many things, and also like but at the same time we try to like incorporate it in Japan. So there's just like too many things for like a first time founder.
I heard that in Japan, the registration process of a company is that not very friendly,
Yes.
especially for foreigners, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, is that something you also experienced?
I think sort of like we were lucky because we found our, I mean, how is it, like a incorporation lawyer, like they're Japanese,
Okay.
and it took us probably 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, but that, like, yeah, it's still like much like a longer compared if you want to incorporate in the States, right? So that actually, if I think back, so that actually slowed down our process because we were kind of like hiding behind those process. We were thinking like, all right, because it's gonna take about 2 months, so we can just like stay with that pace and build something, adding more features, rather than just like talking to our customers more actively, reaching out to more people. Because like we thought like, because like we didn't have like a company yet, so we should wait. But actually that's completely wrong, I would say. So I mean, the momentum and the pace is very important. So
yeah, so that the product you already have that released. When is the release of your product?
I think that's also very interesting because like how do I say, so we had some early testers, adopters, but we have never officially released.
Oh,
yeah, because if you still think about on the business side, so that's actually another very good business because the margin is very low because we have many options. Maybe we have too many options, so we can deploy the model like for our customers using some open source model, using our own models, or we can use some like a third-party APIs. But if we use the certain APIs, and they are charging about like $0.7 per hour. I'm not sure it's useful to you or it's interesting because like for us, like after some calculation, so basically it's like we are losing money for every new customer.
oh,
That's like, that's terrible. It's another business, right?
yeah.
It's another business because like we were so obsessed with features, so obsessed with like functionality, and we were kind of like too optimistic, like to how I say, like yeah.
I think the cost of acquisition is very high.
Yes, and also low because we were very like kind of like confident about the project, so we didn't like act any like external fundings or like investment. We thought we could just like by how do I say, like growing our business. I mean, more like sustainably or organically, without like external like investors. But it's also it was like well, like it's obviously it's wrong because we have to burn our own money, and that's we can talk about this a little bit.